Welcome to the Fundamental Football Friday show. Back at it again. We got a top 10 matchup happening high noon in the horseshoe. Let's get into it. We wanted it, we've been asking for it, and here it is. The top 10 showdown that everyone's been looking for on the Ohio State schedule, and it's Indiana? Yeah, Indiana. The Hoosiers undefeated, rolling in as the number 10 team in the country, getting ready for this top 10 showdown in the shoe. Should be an interesting game. They have some nice pieces. Indiana always plays hard. Seems to always play Ohio State tough. I know since Kevin Wilson's been there and now that Tom Allen's there, they've always seemed to give the Buckeyes a little bit of fits. I know last year was sort of a blowout, but it seems to get a little interesting. They kind of never go away. They don't quit, kind of like Penn State. They just hang around every time they play Ohio State. And this time, I don't really expect things to be different. They get their quarterback back who didn't play last year in that game, Michael Penix Jr., who's playing extremely well with his wide receivers. He's got weapons, he gets the ball out fast, and he's accurate. So this is a good test. We were all hoping that we could see that test against a Maryland team with Tua and his receiving core. Now we get to see it with Michael Penix Jr. So it is going to be interesting to see how this game unfolds. I look at what I've seen from Indiana. Indiana on the offensive side of the ball likes to get the ball out fast, likes to get their wide receivers involved, and Penix can be accurate. On the flip side of that, he is inconsistent at times. Even though he is accurate, he does tend to throw it up for grabs and trust his arm maybe a little too much. And that's where you hope that Ohio State in this secondary can capitalize, can make the plays and turn the ball over, give that offense short field. As for Indiana on the defensive side of the ball, I know they just lost Tom Allen's son, which is, hurts that defense, but at the same time, it's not going to slow down what they're trying to do. And what they're trying to do is blitz you in all different ways and get after the quarterback. I think they lead the Big Ten in sacks, and that's because they're running all different kinds of blitz packages, trying to confuse the quarterbacks and get to you quickly. So it's going to be interesting to see Justin Fields, what he can do with the blitz. If he can identify where it's coming from, get the ball out quick and get it to the playmakers and make plays. And I don't have any reason for him not to do that or think that he won't do that. He's in a groove right now, and I think these guys have been hearing for 2 weeks now since the cancellation of the Maryland game that this defense is subpar. So I think that they're wanting to prove themselves, and they're chomping at the bit to get this win and show everyone what they're about. I know tackling has been an emphasis. Got a little sloppy there at the end of the Rutgers game that we talked about a few weeks ago. But I expect that to be cleaned up. I know the defensive line, they didn't show up in the stat sheet against Rutgers, but they still created pressure. And I think the more and more you see teams that play Ohio State and know that they rotate all these defensive linemen in, that they're just going to try to get the ball out quick. It's going to be kind of a one read and go, get rid of the ball. And that's Indiana's game plan really anyway. So I hope that you see these DBs step up, because they will be tested. Penix is going to throw the ball at them. This is the game we're going to see. Nebraska, not at all. Penn State did for like a quarter, and Rutgers didn't have the athletes to really test him or the quarterback to get the ball there. So this is truly the first game where you're going to see the defense be tested on the outside, where everyone still has unanswered questions. And I'm excited to see that defense hopefully answer the bell and get the job done. On offense, for Ohio State, I don't see any issues. I think, why would you? I mean, these guys are kind of firing on all cylinders. It just comes down to taking care of the football, because Indiana loves creating turnovers. I watched that Michigan State game. Michigan State made some really bad throws, but they also put the ball on the ground. So as long as you win the turnover battle, you don't give Indiana short field, which their offense kind of strives on with the quick strike on short fields. As long as you don't give them that, take care of the football, I think Ohio State's going to score points and have an easy time doing it. So I think Ohio State's got something to prove, and I hope that, but I don't think Indiana's not going to shy away from the challenge. They play hard. They have a coach that they love and they love to play for, and I think you're going to see them swing hard. It's going to be a good game. I hope Ohio State imposes their will and shows, what the gap truly is. There still is a sizable gap between Ohio State and the rest of the Big Ten. I think the 20.5 point spread is about on point, so it's fair. I think Ohio State wins this one 42-20. That's what I'm going to go with. I hope that they impose their will early, because in these type of games where you do have talent on the other side of the team, other side of the ball with Indiana, you want to put in that doubt quickly that you can't compete with us, because once you start a game and they score and they get up maybe a touchdown like a Nebraska, like a quick strike, 2-3 play drive, and they're up 7-0. That's all they need, that's all the confidence they need, and that'll get them juiced and put them in the game for much longer. So yeah, I'm going to go with 42-20. It's going to be my final. I think you're going to see them maybe feel each other out. I think Ohio State's defense is going to come to play. That's what I'm going to hang my hat on. I think Ohio State's defense is going to maybe create some turnovers on their side of the ball, and then get that lead to where Indiana can't make it up. So yeah, 42-20 Bucks. Hopefully this game gets played. Shooting this on Thursday, so fingers crossed the Buckeyes and the Hoosiers get played and the Buckeyes come out victorious, and we could talk about it on Sunday and we can move on to Illinois. So that's it for me. Fundamental 5 coming up next, where I am pretty much on a heater. Stay tuned. Give you 5 games I like for the week. You can listen to me, because since I've been doing these videos, I am 16-4. That is wrong. I am 14-6. 14-6. Went 4-1 last week. Bet against UC. I will not do that again. As I get to my picks, I will not do that again. I will not bet against you again, Luke. I promise. But yeah, 4-1. I bet against the Bearcats against East Carolina. That's the only one that I missed. I figured 28 points was a lot, but Bearcats were out for blood that game. Luke might have a wagon. So let's get into it. Let's keep it going. Let's get the money. So listen to me. If you want to make some money, so just holler at me. So first game, Iowa -2.5. Penn State is dead in the water. 0-4, completely given up. I don't even know if they're going to start Sean Clifford. They shouldn't. They benched him, I think, in the first half of the Nebraska game after he had the sack, fumble, return for a touchdown. So I like Iowa -2.5. Penn State has nothing to play for. Iowa plays good defense. You don't blow out Iowa, as I've said before. I do expect it to be a slugfest, but I do expect Iowa to come out on top. I can't believe I'm saying that, and I can't believe I'm saying Penn State 0-5. 0-5. Yeah, that's what I'm going to go with. I think they're just thrown in the towel completely. Next game, give me the under in the Alabama-Kentucky game. That's 58. Kentucky's not going to score, flat out. Kentucky can't score, first of all. And on the flip side of that, Kentucky's actually got a really good defense. I know they didn't play particularly well against Vandy. They gave up some points against Vandy, which was not great, which was a little bit concerning. But I do expect them to maybe bounce back, have a little bit of pride against Bama. I'm not saying they're going to lock Bama down. I do expect Bama to score 40 points. But Kentucky's scoring next to nothing. Maybe 7 if they're lucky. Maybe 10 if we're getting crazy. So yeah, I like that game. I like that game like maybe 49-3. So yeah, give me the under 58 in that game. And then for reversing it, give me the over East Carolina Temple. Both teams like to score. I know East Carolina didn't put up a big amount of points. They were going against that wagon that is the Cincinnati Bearcats. But other than that, ECU does score points. They can score, and so can Temple. And really, neither can play defense. And I think 57.5 is kind of low. So give me the over in that game. Moving on. Speaking of those Bearcats, Luke, I apologize. I will not bet against you. I've been betting you for weeks, and you've been good to me. The one time I bet against you, it backfires. Give me the Bearcats -5.5. Yes, it's their biggest game of the year. Yes, they're on the road. Yes, it's UCF. Yes, UCF has a good quarterback, and they can put up points. But this UC team is different. They are a wagon on defense. And UCF cannot play defense. And I do expect the Bearcats to win by a couple of scores. So give me UC -5.5. And finally, Clemson. 35.5 against Florida State. Yes, that's a lot of points. But Clemson hasn't played a game since they lost to Notre Dame. Clemson's getting Trevor Lawrence back. Clemson's pissed off. They have something to prove. And they're playing a very bad Florida State team. I think Trevor Lawrence comes back, does the whole remember me, and they blow the Seminoles out of the water and get back on track. I know that's a lot of points, but give me all of them. 35.5. I will take that with the Tigers. So those are 5. 14-6 on the year since I've been doing these videos. So I hope that I get some more winners for you guys. And yeah, that's kind of it. We'll touch base on Sunday, do a little recap, see how everything went, how the picks went, how the Bucks did. And if If you would, like, subscribe, tell me what you think of the videos. Please leave a comment. I like any type of feedback. So, yeah, that's the show. I will see you all Sunday. Peace.